So if you are an owner who wants to exit, listen up. All right, I'm going to let you in on a dirty little secret in M&A that nobody likes to say out loud. When people are looking to buy your business, they don't just buy your business. They buy teams. And if your team leaves, your value is gone. All right, so think about it. If you're selling your company, the buyer isn't paying for your logo, your website, or even your client list. Yes, there's cases that might be true, but most of the time, they're paying for the machine, the people, and the processes who actually keep the engine running. So if your leadership team bails right after the ink dries, then that buyer is holding a very, very expensive, very empty bag. And a lot of founders screw this up here because they spend years building up their revenue, polishing their EBITDA, maybe even cleaning up their books, but they never put the work in to keep their A players around after the deal closes. There's no clarity, there's no structure, there's no incentive plan. So when the transition starts, guess what? The best talent starts looking for other opportunities. And the buyer suddenly realizes they didn't buy a business, they just bought a ghost town. So if you are an owner who wants to exit, listen up. Your job is to protect your bench. You give your people the tools to succeed. You want to install clarity around the roles. You want to create incentive plans that reward them for staying and winning in the next chapter. Because when your people feel like they've got a reason to stick around, that's when your business actually has transferable value. Right now, flip it. Let's say that you're the buyer and you've got just as much at stake, especially if you're trying to make a strategic acquisition, maybe stepping into a new market or service that you don't really know super well. You don't want to rebuild from scratch. That's expensive and slow. What you want is to inherit a team that already knows how to win. If you can keep those leaders in place, your return on investment goes way, way up. And the crazy part of this, depending which study you look at, because there's a lot of them, somewhere between 65 and 90% of the mergers and acquisitions fail to deliver the value that everyone hopes for. Why? Culture, retention, leadership fights. Guys, you have to realize your business doesn't just exist in a spreadsheet. It's the people. And that's why inside Eightfold Advantage and the Bloom Growth Framework, we build entire modules around this, about protecting your bench, about installing the systems that keeps your talent loyal and engaged throughout leadership transitions, because that's where the deal either lives or dies. All right, so question. If you're planning to sell, are you making it easy for your best people to stay? And if you're planning to buy, do you have a plan to keep the leaders who already know how to win? Because if you don't, let's be real, you're not buying a business, you're buying a liability.